Celestials appeared in the Eternals movie, and these beings are true gods who interfere in various worlds billions of years. They can alter reality, manipulate time and space, change matter, and have an infinity of powers. So, who can defeat these cosmic entities? Today, we'll see all 15 times a Celestial was defeated and the characters who killed them. After all, it's not an easy task. It's a fight of titans. Let's start this video with the Prehistoric Avengers, a group of ancient heroes gathered to stop a cosmic threat that endangered the destruction of Earth. This threat was nothing more than a Celestial called Zgreb, who had been infected by the Horde. So, the Stone Age Avengers gathered and defeated him, then buried his cosmic body underground in South Africa. The groups of heroes alone might not have been a match for the Celestial, but together they were. After all, they were powerful characters like Lady Phoenix imbued with the Phoenix Force, the first Ghost Rider, the first Black Panther, Agamotto, the first Sorcerer Supreme of Earth, the first Iron Fist, and the Stigma. Black Bolt. The leader of Marvel's Inhumans, his power consists of speaking, but the waves generated by his speech can destroy entire cities, the moon, or small worlds. We'd already seen him in the comics, Black Bolt confronting Galactus and making him fall by pushing him with his powers. During a fight in the comics, Thanos defeats him. Thanos defeated several characters and cosmic entities, and in the end, Thanos needed to defeat the Celestials, but he didn't have the power to do it alone. So King Thanos forces Black Bolt by stabbing him. Black Bolt, unleashing the full potential of his powers, causes a huge explosion that kills about 6 Celestials that were around and a large part of the planet. It's a bizarrely powerful feat. Many people disagreed with it, saying it was impossible for Black Bolt to kill Celestials, but it's there. It's an alternate future in Marvel stories that Black Bolt managed to do it. The next character who has already killed a Celestial in the comics is Knull, the famous god of the symbiotes. At the beginning of Marvel's 616 universe, there was only darkness, and in that darkness lived a being from the void, Knull himself. And out of nowhere came light, and from it came Celestials who wanted this universe for themselves to create life. Knull didn't like that, so they started a fight, and during this fight, Knull was able to kill a Celestial by cutting off its head with his sword called Necrosword. So yes, Knull has already killed a Celestial and deserves to be on our list. Dr. Spectrum. In his alternate universe, Dr. Spectrum is like a Green Lantern of Marvel who has energy powers capable of creating constructs. In this universe, he is very powerful. He was able to defeat Thanos and also says that he killed a Celestial and cut off the entity's head, making it a cosmic prison. In fact, when he defeats Thanos, he imprisons him there. This Celestial head he cut off, he named Nowhere, just like the severed Celestial head in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Another group of beings strong enough to have killed Celestials were the Aspirants from Marvel. They are also Celestials, very similar in everything, however, they're darker and serve a higher cosmic being called the First Firmament. This cosmic being created the Aspirants, who also the Celestials, but the Aspirants, who were born colorful instead of dark, thought for themselves and did not follow the First Firmament. This caused a war between them, separating the Aspirants from the Celestials once and for all. There were many deaths on both sides. Aspirants killed Celestials and vice versa, and in the end, the Celestials managed to win. Aspirants are basically Celestials entirely focused on evil in the universe, and yes, they have the power to defeat Celestials, including defeating several. We can't forget the Eternals too, right? In their own Marvel movie, they were able to kill the Celestial. The initial plan was just to put him to sleep, but in the end, they combined their powers and killed him. They were able to do this because they have cosmic powers given by the Celestial Arishem. And probably they only succeeded because Tiamat, who was the Celestial Death, was being born at that moment. A more experienced Celestial should not have been killed by them. And there's also the possibility that Tiamat himself gave his powers to the Eternals to kill him, as Cersei herself says in the movie. But anyway, they did it. They killed a Celestial, and they enter our video. Franklin Richards. The son of Reed Richards and the Invisible Woman from the Fantastic Four. This young man was an Omega-level mutant, but in Marvel's most recent comics, we don't know what he is anymore. He's capable of manipulating reality on an incomparable scale, and also has various powers with it, such as firing energy blasts, time travel, creating dimensions, flying, creating energy shields, altering matter, and hundreds of other powers. In Marvel Comics, we've seen future Franklin Richards fighting crazy Celestials and killing one alone. Then, with Galactus, they defeated 3 others. Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. Many people even believe that Galactus is kind of a Celestial, but he isn't. They have many differences and have fought a few times. As I mentioned earlier, Franklin Richards has already used Galactus as his herald, and defeated 3 Celestials. Shortly before that, Galactus was able to confront 4 Celestials, but only managed to kill 1, and then was defeated by the others. And only with Franklin's help they defeated the other 3. In the Marvel Comics called Earth X, Galactus even looked for planets with celestial embryos inside to consume them, and thus replenish his cosmic energy. Dr. Doom. On more than one occasion, Victor Von Doom has faced Celestials and defeated them. The first time I heard about this feat of his was on Earth 15513, when he formed the battle world for several characters to fight each other. And here it is said that Dr. Doom was responsible for killing a Celestial and cutting off the head of this being, turning it into nowhere. To demonstrate his power, just like in the Heroes Recon universe, it was Dr. Spectrum who defeated this Celestial. And in the 616 universe, it seems it was Knull. Here in this alternate universe, it was Dr. Doom with the divine powers of the Beyonders. Another time that Dr. Doom also killed Celestials was in Marvel's What If comics. With the powers of the Beyonders still in his possession, he defeated practically all the heroes on Earth, and then went after the Celestials in a battle that lasted 400 years. But in the end, all the Celestials were dead by the hands of Dr. Doom. The Horde. Cosmic insects that are the opposite of the Celestials. While the Celestials are instruments of creation, the Horde is of destruction. The Horde has killed several Celestials by infecting them. Some die, while others infected are transformed into Dark Celestials and become evil, insane, and very angry. Thanos. With his normal powers, Thanos wouldn't be able to defeat a Celestial, as Celestials are beings of enormous cosmic power. However, Thanos has wielded the Infinity Stones, and in a certain comic saga called the Infinity Saga, 2 Celestials confronted Thanos. They threw entire planets at Thanos, but even so, with the complete Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos exploded the planets and defeated the 2 Celestials. We don't have many details about this moment. It passed quite quickly, demonstrating that Thanos wasn't playing around at that moment. Another time Thanos defeated Celestials was by using Black Bolt, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Although it wasn't Thanos' own power, it was his mind that came up with the idea of using Black Bolt's maximum power. Just as defeating those other 2 Celestials wasn't his power either, but that of the Infinity Stones. Apocalypse Twins. In the comics, these twins are mutant siblings, and one day they went to a Celestial called the Gardener and killed him using Thor's enchanted axe to tear his celestial armor, thus blaming the inhabitants of Earth for his death. As a result, other Celestials sent the Celestial known as the Executioner to destroy the entire Earth for this crime of killing the Gardener. The Logos. A very cosmic and very powerful being created from the fusion of the beings Lord Chaos and Master Order, which are part of the fundamental cosmic entities of the Marvel Multiverse. This newly generated entity became known as the Logos, and one of its first acts was to hunt down and kill the last Celestial in an attempt to ensure that no one would oppose the Logos, and they do just that, killing the Celestial. Nightmare. One of Doctor Strange's greatest enemies. When we talk about Celestials and even Galactus, it's rare to find beings that can defeat these entities, and Nightmare has also entered the list as one of the few with this level of power. Here, Nightmare managed to capture Doctor Strange, and then he cast a spell that put all the people on Earth into a deep sleep. And if there's one thing that gives Nightmare power, it's people sleeping and dreaming. Imagine everyone on Earth doing that. He broke the balance of things, including causing cosmic entities to gather and see Nightmare as a threat. So, entities like Eternity, the Living Tribunal, Death, Lord Chaos, and Master Order sent Galactus and the Celestials to investigate what was happening and to defeat Nightmare. However, when Galactus and the Celestials arrived, the villain Nightmare also defeated them all and put everyone to sleep. So, it seems like Nightmare killed the Celestials, but we don't know if he just put all the Celestials there to sleep or killed them himself. Leave a like and support the channel and subscribe too. I'll see you next time. Thanks.